Hey Bobcats, it's Craig Moore. I'm the head baseball coach at Ohio University. So I was born in Nebraska City, Nebraska. I got introduced to the game of baseball through my dad. I remember him taking me to the College World Series right around that 1980 time period. Just fell in love with the way that the game is played. I ended up going to Archbishop Bergen High School, about 20 minutes west of Omaha. Played football, basketball. We didn't have baseball in the spring, so we had to run track. Legion baseball is really big in the state of Nebraska, and so that's what I played. And ended up getting drafted out of high school, but chose to go, the college route just because I felt like I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't ready to go. Looking back, I wouldn't change it at all. Several Midwest colleges reached out to me, obviously Nebraska, where I ended up, choosing to go and being a part of their program. I played 7 different positions. I caught in conference games. I played third, I played second, I played first, I played left, I played right. Very versatile player, something that I preach, in our recruiting. Favorite moments at Nebraska, I tied the school record for RBIs in the game. I had 10. We won 50-3, like 5-0-3. Got recognized on ESPN, on SportsCenter. From a team aspect, it has to be winning the Big 12 championship in 1999, our senior class. First coaching job was at Lake Erie College, actually just outside of Cleveland, Ohio. It was a new program. It was tough, and there was plenty of days where I would question myself whether this is what I want to do. My first job after being in grad school was at Tennessee Tech University. I was the volunteer coach. I had to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning, and I would go work on the grounds crew with our grounds people from 6 to noon. And then I would come over to the baseball field, and I would work from 1 p.m. to whenever the last guy left the field. When you look back, it was worth it for sure. Got an opportunity to become the head baseball coach at Western Texas College, junior college. We kind of changed that program. We were getting Division I schools calling us to recruit our kids. We were getting professional scouts to come in to work our players out. I learned to have some thick skin, and again, I was 29 years old when I took over that job. We had to take care of our field. We had to paint the fence, and we had to do the field before games and after games, and order uniforms. We even had to wash our uniforms. You're very appreciative of your next step because it's like, man, this is what it used to be like. This is what I had to grind through. Worked my way up at Western Texas as the associate athletic director. So I oversaw our men's and women's basketball programs, but I want to get back into Division I baseball. I went to Creighton in 2011. What I learned from Coach Service there was discipline, structure, a blueprint on how to run a championship program. I arrived in Athens in the summer of 2012. Been the head coach since 2021. I came in with my old former boss, Rob Smith. We were both at Creighton.
First time Ohio University came on your radar was when?
2012, we were at Creighton, and we're coming home on a bus trip. On the way home, kind of looking on the NCAA.org, the market, and Rob would sit in front of me on the bus, and I tapped him on the shoulder, and I'm like, hey, they're looking for a head coach. You should apply for the job. So that kind of was what started it. We worked together for 8 years, won 2 championships, within that 8-year period. And had some ups and downs, obviously. The first couple years here were not fun. They weren't pleasant, but we stuck with the process. That 2015 team. We were coming off of a season where we had won 11 games. We had the biggest turnaround in that year in Division I. So that group was pretty special. When I think of Ohio baseball, the history of Ohio baseball, what comes to mind are, obviously, Coach Wren, Mike Schmidt's the #1 name that when you hear Ohio baseball from somebody, they always talk about Mike Schmidt. It's all of the former players, it's all the alumni. I always tell everybody that has played here, coached here, this is your program. This isn't my program. This program is bigger than any one person, and so I want it to be everybody's program. I want them to feel like it's their program. If you go into our locker room, you'll see pictures from the 1970 College World Series team, all the way up until, the 97 MAC championship team, up until our championship team. And I try to get, our guys, our current players, to understand what the past is. Like, those guys were the building blocks. Those guys set the foundation for the program. Now what we need to do is continue to build on those building blocks and continue to move forward and continue to grow. I've been here for 12 years, going on 12 years, and like I said, couldn't be more excited to be here and part of the community.